Welcome back, class. Today we have with us Abraham, Phoebe, Hannah, and I'm Tappy. Let's start off with the song, Do Lord Remember Me. Let's sing Amazing Grace.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found. Was blind, but now I see. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found. Was blind, but now I see.
Now let's sing, I will sing of the mercies of the Lord forever.
I will sing of the mercies of the Lord forever. I will sing, I will sing, I will sing of the mercies of the Lord forever. I will sing of the mercies of the Lord. With my mouth will I make known thy faithfulness, thy faithfulness. With my mouth will I make known thy faithfulness to all generations. I will sing of the mercies of the Lord forever. I will sing, I will sing, I will sing of the mercies of the Lord forever. I will sing of the mercies of the Lord.
Our next song is God is So Good.
God is so good. God is so good. God is so good. He's so good to me. He answers prayers. He answers prayers. He answers prayers. He's so good to me. He cares for me. He cares for me. He cares for me.
remember where we left off last week? Joseph was interpreting Pharaoh's dreams. Remember the 7 good years of lots of food and the 7 bad years of famine or no food? Well, because Joseph interpreted Pharaoh's dreams, Pharaoh made him the second boss in all of Egypt. He was in charge of saving all of the food for the 7 good years to protect the people. So now today's story is when the famine is actually here. That means there's no food anywhere. Look at the picture. Here you see Joseph's dad and the rest of his brothers. They were all hungry. And one day, Joseph's dad, Jacob, said to all of his sons, "Go there and buy food for us so that we don't go hungry."
Now Joseph's brothers went to Egypt to buy food, and Joseph was the boss over the entire Egypt. So he was the one in charge of giving the food to people. And Joseph's brothers came and bowed down to Joseph.
Joseph saw his brothers, and he knew that that was them. But his brothers didn't know that that was Joseph. Joseph saw them bowing down before him, and he remembered the dream that he had. Do you guys remember that dream where the heads of wheat bowed down to the one in the middle, which was Joseph? So Joseph wanted to test his brothers, and he said to them, "You guys are spies."
The brothers said, "No, we are not spies. We have come to buy food. We are honest men, and we are all brothers. We are the sons of one man in the land of Canaan, and our youngest brother is with our father at home, and we have another brother who is no longer alive."
That was Joseph.
Joseph was still testing his brothers, so he put them in prison for 3 days.
Joseph told his brothers, "If you guys are telling the truth, then one of you should stay in the prison, while the rest of you go home, take this food, and bring your youngest brother to me, so that I may check that you're telling the truth."
Joseph's brothers said to each other, "This must be happening because of the bad things we did to Joseph before." They didn't realize that Joseph understood what they said, and Joseph turned around and started crying. Before all his brothers left, Joseph put one brother, Simeon, back in jail.
On the brothers' journey home, they stopped on the way to give their animals some food. One of the brothers opened up his sack to give his donkey some food, and then he saw money in it. It was in his bag. He said to his brothers, "Money has been returned, and it's in my bag." They were all so scared.
Phoebe, why were they scared?
The brothers had already paid for the food, but then they found their own money in the bag, so it looks like they stole the food.
When the brothers got home, they told their father everything that happened and all the trouble they had to go through to get the grain. And they said that the Egyptian they talked to wanted Benjamin to go back with them. And Jacob, their father, said,
What? Joseph is gone. Simeon is in prison. And now you want to take Benjamin from me? Why?
After a while, when the family started running out of food, Jacob told his sons to go back to Egypt and get some more food. One of Joseph's brothers, Judah, said to his dad, "Send Benjamin with me so that we can go and get food, but I'll make sure that nothing happens to him."
So the brothers, including Benjamin, went back to Egypt. When Joseph saw Benjamin, he told his servant, "Bring the men into the house. We are going to have a feast at noon."
all of the brothers told the servants, "The first time that we came here, we paid for the food that we bought. But when we were going back home, the money was back in our bags. But the servant said, "Don't worry, don't be afraid."
Joseph's brothers went to the room for a meal, and they bowed down to Joseph in respect. And Joseph saw his youngest brother Benjamin, and he went to another room to cry because he loved him so much.
It was time to eat the feast. The brothers were so surprised because their seats were in order from oldest to youngest. Joseph gave them all food from his table, but Benjamin got 5 times as much food as the other brothers.
Joseph told his servant, "Fill the men's sacks with food, as much as they can carry, and put each man's money in the sack. Put my special silver cup in the mouth of the sack of the youngest brother, and his money for the food." So the servant did as Joseph told him.
When Joseph's brothers all left, Joseph told his servants, "Go and follow them and tell them, 'Why did you do wrong? Why did you steal from my master's household?'" Knowing that Joseph was the one who put the money and the cup in their sacks.
When Joseph's servant caught up with the brothers, he blamed them for stealing. But the brothers said, "We promise we didn't steal anything. You can even check. If any one of us has something stolen, then that person can die, and the rest of us will go back to Egypt and be your servants."
Each one of Joseph's brothers put his sack on the ground and opened the sack. Joseph's servant started looking through all the sacks, and he started with the oldest brother and ended with the youngest brother. And the cup was found in Benjamin's sack. So all of the brothers had to go back to Egypt like they said they would.
Oh no, does that mean Benjamin is gonna die?
So the brothers were brought back to Joseph, and Judah, one of the brothers, told Joseph, "Let all of us, including Benjamin, become your slaves." But Joseph said, "No, no, no. Only Benjamin will be my slave. The rest of you can go back to your father."
Judah begged Joseph, "Please let Benjamin go with my brothers. I will stay here and be your slave instead. I'm afraid if Benjamin doesn't go home with my brothers, then my father will die of sadness."
Joseph could no longer control himself. While crying, he finally told his brothers the truth. He said, "I am your brother Joseph, whom you sold into Egypt. Now don't be sad or angry because you sold me there. But God sent me before you so that you may be saved." And he cried on Benjamin, and Benjamin cried on Joseph.
Joseph got in his chariot and went to meet his father in Goshen. And as soon as they saw each other, they both started crying because they missed each other so much.
Wow, what a happy ending after this long journey. Let's sing "I've Got the Joy."
I've got the joy, 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 joy down in my heart. Where? Down in my heart. Where? Down in my heart. I've got the joy, 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 joy down in my heart. Where? Down in my heart to stay. And I'm so happy, so very happy. I've got the love of Jesus in my heart. And I'm so happy, so very happy. I've got the love of Jesus in my
though it seemed like Joseph's life was really hard and he wasn't treated so well sometimes, but God used everything for his good plan.
If Joseph was never sold into slavery and brought to Egypt,
If Joseph wasn't thrown into prison and didn't meet the cupbearer,
If the cupbearer didn't remember Joseph,
Then Joseph wouldn't have been brought out of prison and interpreted the dream for Pharaoh.
and Joseph wouldn't have been second boss in all of Egypt, and Joseph wouldn't have the power to provide food for his family.
everything happens for a reason, and Joseph trusted God the whole time.
and we can trust God too for everything in our lives. So let's sing Trust and Obey.
Trust and obey, for there's no other way to be happy in Jesus, but to trust and obey. When we walk with the Lord in the light of His word, what a glory He sheds on our way. When we do His good will, He abides with us still, and with all who will trust and obey. Trust and obey, for there's no other way to be happy in Jesus, but to trust and obey.
We loved seeing all your drawings last week of Joseph interpreting the dreams. Let's take a look at them. Wow.
Good job.
So nice.
Beautiful.
So colorful.
Great drawing.
Wow.
Awesome.
You know what to do. After this lesson, draw a picture of today's story and have your mom and dad send it in. We can't wait to see what we're going to get this week. Bye.
Bye-bye.